So the UMP challenge number 2 is up, and this is much more hardcore than the last one, but it's deliberate. I really want to challenge you guys. Last time we had 5 samples that we could use to make the track, and this time it's just a single sample, and it's a sine wave. You've got to use that sine wave to build your complete track idea, a minimum of 32 bars. And basically you can use a sampler, you could use the audio in the project arrange window, or you can twist it up using your effects on the DAW. No third-party effects though, and no other instruments. So once again, only the sampler, only the DAW effects that come with the application. All right, no special other things, no Max for Live if you're using Ableton. And I can see some people are struggling. So what I've got is, I'm going to show you now what I've done so far. This is by no means the definitive way to work with these samples, but I just wanted to give you a feel because it might give you guys a little bit of a helping hand. Have a listen and see what you think. Okay, let me just turn this back on. Here we go. So everything you hear started with a sine wave. A number of different processes that are going on to create this end result. And it actually sounds like there's a whole load of different sounds being used for the composition. So let's take a look at what I've done so far. We'll go left to right. There is a boom bass here. You can see that I've taken the sine wave, I've looped it, and I've got a long release on here. The other thing that's important on this is the fact that I'm using a pitch envelope, and that's triggered over here. You can see plus 16 semitones. Let's have a listen. Now that's what it sounds like with the overdrive. Let me take this off. So you can hear that that really helps the shape of the sound. Let's take a look now at the drums. I'm going to solo these. Let me show you here what I've done. So there is a pitch envelope. Here are the settings. So plus 28 semitones, so going high to low quickly. And the other thing that I've got is erosion to add a little bit of a kind of fizzy bite to the sound. The EQ then to roll off some frequencies. Compressor to tighten it up. So let me just show you here. I'm going to select these. Going to right click and group these so we can see what it's like before and after. So before the processes. And that sounds fine as a nice short little tight kick drum, but I wanted a little bit of a different energy to it. So that's what's going on with that kick. Let me show you the closed hat. So what we got here is that this is running through the vocoder, and this is in the noise mode here. So what we're doing is I've shifted the formants up to create some texture, and look at this release, right? What's happening is that I automated that in the clip to take it from a closed hat to an open hat. So have a listen. Some EQ afterwards to roll off all the bass, compressor here just to tighten up the sound, and then also some delay. So let me do the same as last time. There's no point in me taking the vocoder off. In fact, let me, this is going to be mad, right? Listen to this. Which is a pretty cool sound, but this is where the hat sound comes in through this vocoder. So some might say that's cheating, but I say it's intelligent use of the available resources. Okay, so I'm hoping you other guys are going to find something on your other DAWs that's going to give you a similar vibe. And let me take off the stereo widening effect here from that simple delay. On again. And the other thing I want to point out is look at the programming here. I've got the track delay on. This is playing 11 milliseconds later than it should be. It's hard quantized on the 8th grid, but this is giving it a nice loose groove. So let me play that and also the kick. And I'm going to introduce a snare. So that's like an 808 style snare. So it's a simple tone that's coming from that sine wave, but then I'm using the erosion plugin here just to add a little bit of fizziness here with that wide noise setting, compressor to tighten the sound up, and then the EQ just to notch out the tone there a little bit. There we go. Once again, let me select these. So Shift plus select. Try again. Don't know why this is not you know why? It's because this is within this chain and that's separate. All right, so let me just turn these off for the moment. I'll do it manually and then you can hear what's going on. So it's clear that the erosion's adding that nice noise. Then the compressor, then the EQ. Really bringing that sound out. Let's put the beats back on. Okay, yeah, the planes are taking off again. It's kind of like the runways, what it is. It used to be like the direction of the wind, and I live a good number of miles away, but where I am now, they're really flying low, and it's so annoying. I've given up trying to stop and edit those damn things out, so apologies for the planes. Anyway, back to business. Clap. And this is basically another sine wave running through the vocoder, different settings this time for the Foreman and the release, EQ, erosion, grain delay as well. That's got a lovely echo on there. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to group these together. Off. So with the grain delay, there's a little bit of a pitch shift going on here. So -8 semitones on that echo, which is great. And then another one to partner that. That one doesn't have the grain delay on there. And these, you can see the timing. So one of these is 11 milliseconds late. The other one is -18. So beats again. Boom bass. Now the other thing that I had going on was the sub bass, which is pretty much just a straight up sine as it is. By the way, this has all been done on the iPod, iPhone earbuds, so I don't know how the mix is sounding truly. Haven't had a chance to play it out on speakers, but it sounded good on here. So the sub bass and then the blip. And I like this because it's got a little bit of a kind of analog rim shot vibe to it. So little short envelope here on the volume. Erosion, I'm going to take that off in the ping pong. There you go, that's how it was before. Cleaned up with the EQ. And finally, so this is basically an organ. Couple of sine waves together. Okay, so let me show you what's going on here. Let me just remind myself. I thought I had to. Here we go. Right, so here's the rack. Okay, so I've got in the instrument rack, I've got two sines playing at the same time. You can see here one of these is -5 semitones. Okay, so trying to create that organy texture. These are both running through the auto pan, the EQ compressor with a sidechain ducking on the whole drums bus. And let me just show you here. I'm going to group these. Take these off, have a listen. Which sounds lovely and warm, you know, but I needed to do something a bit different. Let me bring the beats back. And then everything together. So once again, remember everything, every single one of these elements has been created from a source sample, which is a sine wave. So treating those in different ways is the key to this. Look for, I don't know, clever effects that exist within your DAW that will allow you to go beyond the realms of the sine wave. There are so many possible permutations here. We could probably spend a week going through all of the possibilities, but this is a true exercise in minimalism. It's just one sample to create everything, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results in a couple of weeks. And yeah, all the best, guys.